What's up guys, today we are installing an alarm on R32 and I'm so excited. So this is the alarm we got the Viper 5706V. Has lock unlock, remote start, and then like a couple other functions you can program. We had to get this actuator separately. I actually just went to the junkyard and I found an S13 hatch that had this in it. So took it off there, tested it works, so we're good to go. And then it has all this shit, it has instructions and all this other stuff that we'll get into. But here's like the brain of everything. First thing that we're gonna do is take this door panel off. So we have the door panel off. The nice thing about my R32, don't know if it's standard across all R32s or what, but I know my 240 does not have this. So if we unlock this, the passenger side will also unlock. So if we lock it, locks, unlock. The passenger door already has an actuator, so we just need the one for this side. See, here's the lock. If we're pulling this on the driver's side, it's actuating the passenger side. We're gonna have the actuator somewhere back in here. We'll figure something out. So I figured out how I want to do the actuator. We're going to mount it here, and this and that piece actually came off of the 240 with the actuators. I'll find some that also come with this piece, but this place is perfect. When you're placing a actuator, you need to make sure that it's not going to hit the window. So we're going to leave it there, roll the window up. See, so you can see it clears the window, so that's not going to be a problem. So now we're going to test the function and make sure that it's working. So I have the actuator mounted now, and we're actually going to test it with the two wires that I used to extend it. When we put the wires on the battery, it'll either lock or unlock, and then if we switch the wires or change the polarity, it'll do the opposite. So the actuator is working, which is great. Now we just have to get all of this all the way into the car. We're just going to run it along here with the stock wiring and poke back through the door and go in between the door and the chassis and then poke through the OEM grommet. And we're gonna have to take this underside panel off because a lot of the components are gonna be stored in there. So we have this door panel all put together. I'm gonna wait before I put it back on until we're completely done, just in case. But you can see I took the steering wheel and everything else off. We have our wire through, we fed it through the door, took the speaker off to give us better access to there. Now we're starting the wiring. I found this forum that explains it pretty well, so I will leave a link to this in the description, but I'm also going to try and explain it as we go. So we're going to start with this harness for the alarm. It's the main one. This red wire with the fuse, that is going to be our constant 12 volts, is going to be this white with red stripe wire that's going to the ignition cylinder. The other side of it is white with purple, which is what this diagram is saying, but I'm just going to tap in on this side. This black wire on the same 6-pin harness is going to be ground, and I just brought it over to here. It says not to use the factory ground because it could cause noise on it, so we just made a new one there. And this brown wire is for the siren. I'm mounting mine here. I'm using this stock hole, so we just have that bolt tightened up and that's holding this on. And then we fed the wires down and we took the fender lining off and we fed it into the factory grommet where the factory headlight harness and everything goes, and we pushed it through and here they are. So this red wire is going to go to that brown wire, and we're going to have the black wire just splice into this black wire. So I have the siren hooked up to the positive for the siren. Number 4 says parking lot isolation wire. Not sure what that is for. I looked it up and it said it's only on certain cars, and I couldn't find anything on R32s having that, so I guess I don't have that. So our white wire that's coming off this main harness here, that's supposed to go to our parking lights, we have going over to here, which is the headlight switch for our Skyline. And we have that going to this wire here, which is a red with a blue stripe. It's the second pin on the top row from the right, and that is the parking lights. So we're slowly figuring this out, but we are making progress. There's 24 wires. We are not using most of them, but one of them that we have to use, this violet with white stripe wire, this has to go to a tachometer input, which is on this black plug on the cluster. It's this yellow with red stripe wire. The wire right here is our tachometer input, so we're going to splice these two together. It's a mess, I know. We still have to clean it up, but we're gonna stop here today because right now we have the lock and unlock working. So we're gonna do a test with the key. Right now it says unlock, and they are unlocked. So on the key, they're now locked, and unlocked, locked. Okay, well I'm done for tonight. The only thing that's left is to set up the remote start. I did have to add 2 relays in order to get the lock and unlock to work. So let me show you guys how to wire that. Right there in the center of your screen is 2 relays, and at the bottom there is 5 wires coming out of each of them. So right now on the screen I'll display the pinout for the relays and what they're supposed to do. And we're also going to go over it right now, so hopefully you can understand it. On these relays, the pins are actually different, but the colors are the same. That's why I'm going to give you the pinout as well as the color of the wire. It doesn't show up too well on camera, but the pins are actually numbered on the bottom of the relay. So most relays use these same colors, but sometimes the actual pins are different. So I'm going to give you both. On the relays that are in the car, pins 86 and 87 are white and yellow. White is 86, yellow is 87. Both of those are going to get tied together and they're going to go to a 12 volt positive fused power. Red on those relays is our 87A, and that is going to go to ground. Our black wire is 85, that's going to go to the trigger on the alarm. Let's say that you're going to set this relay up to unlock, and let's say that unlock is the blue wire coming off the alarm. So you're going to put that blue wire on this black wire, and then the blue wire on the actuator they're going to put to the blue wire or pin 30 on the relay. So let's say the blue command unlocks it. All the alarm does is ground the relay, and the relay is what gives it power. So you press unlock and the blue wire gets grounded, and that clicks the relay over, which then sends 12 volts through this blue wire to the actuator, which unlocks the door. On the other relay, you'll wire everything up the same as far as your white, red, and yellow. Your black will go to the green wire coming off of the alarm, and the blue will go to the green wire on the actuator. It doesn't matter which relay does what, as long as you just match the colors on the relays. And if you wired it up and it's backwards, all you have to do is either switch between the 2 black wires or switch between the 2 blue wires. But if you keep the colors the same, you shouldn't have that problem. At this point, I've had to add 2 relays and the actuator. So right now I'm trying to figure out the remote start, but let me show you where we're at. As you guys saw, this does work. So right now it's unlocked. You can see it's unlocked there. We'll go ahead and lock it. Everything's good. It's all locked. Passenger side locked as well. If we watch the lights are flashing. So we have that set up good. Now the fun part is trying to figure out the remote start. So I've been tearing away at this for quite a while now, and I just want to update you guys. I think I'm pretty close to getting this finished. All of this right here I don't think we're actually going to use. Find out in a bit, because I believe that these are the last 2 wires I need to hook up. Purple, which they label violet, and the green. These are coming off the 24 pin harness that goes onto the module. They're both for the door input. The green is for ground and the violet is for the positive. So we're going to put the green straight to ground, and then we're going to take this violet wire, and on this plug on the cluster, you can see that right here it says door, and that's leading to this second pin here. That's the positive for the light for the door open. So we're going to use that positive to put the violet wire to. We're just going to splice in somewhere up here. Okay guys, so I figured out the remote start. It was kind of a pain, but after we hooked up that sensor to the light, I also programmed the system to think that it has an automatic, not a manual. You're not supposed to do that, and I don't recommend doing that. And if you do that and you start it with it in gear, that's your own fault. I have been in the habit of parking in neutral for a while now. When I first started learning stick, I was parking in gear, but the e-brake's gonna hold, so I just park in neutral now. The car's already in neutral. This button on the side. Remote start. Hear the fuel pump. The car is now running. I'm still figuring out what the next step is. Right now it's set to run for 12 minutes as it says right there. Once it reaches the 12 minutes, it'll just shut off. Also, if I ever want to just shut it off, I can just press the start button again and it turns off. Okay, so really quickly, I just want to go over everything that I have hooked up and just sort of explain things easier. There's actually like not too many wires that actually need to be hooked up if all you want is the keyless entry and the remote start, which is all that I want. So all that we connected are the ones with the blue dots next to them. So on the main harness, that's all that we connected. We connected the 2 wires for the door lock actuators. On the remote start harness, we connected everything except 3 and 4. Apparently that's with certain cars. That's not very common option. On the 24 pin harness, we only used 4 wires. So we used these 2, the white, blue, and the black, white. Those both went to ground, as well as the number 15, the green, that also went to ground. And then the violet went to the positive coming off the light for the door open, and that is all you need as far as wiring goes. From factory, it'll come set up as a manual, and you want it to be set up as an automatic unless you want to wire all that other stuff, which you're supposed to and you should. I won't be doing that. If you don't set it up as a manual for a manual transmission, you could potentially ruin your starter, or if you were to start it in gear and you had the e-brake on, it would just be all bad. You're supposed to set it up as a manual and not automatic, but I'm going to just accept the responsibility for myself. I always park in neutral anyways, so I don't think I'm going to ever have that issue. However, you are responsible for whatever happens with your vehicle. The thing that I honestly don't like about this Viper system is that, one, Amazon is not an authorized dealer, so if you order off Amazon, no warranty. That's kind of messed up. Why would you have your product sold somewhere and then not offer a warranty on it? Don't know, but I have no warranty on this because I got it from Amazon. Two, if you don't have it installed by a authorized dealer, no warranty. I hate when companies do shit like that. It's messed up. It fucks the customer over, but oh well. Fuck it. The last thing that I'm going to show you guys is how to change the transmission. So you're just going to follow these steps here where it says programming system features, and you're going to go to menu 3, which is 3 chirps. Once it gets to there, you will hold the control center button, which I'll show you where it is. So it's that button right there. That's your control center or the antenna. That's the button you're going to press in order to program the system. What's actually pretty cool about this is that it has a turbo timer. All that a turbo timer does is it lets the engine run for a little bit longer after you've taken the key out. You would do that if your turbo only has oil running through it, not coolant, because that would allow it time to get all the hot foamy oil out. It would cycle it with some new oil and help cool it down. So that's kind of convenient. I'm probably not going to set that up. Basically, you're just going to follow the steps that it shows here. You just get to menu 3, and then you will hold it one more time, and it'll beep once. That'll get you to menu item number 1. You will press the unlock on it, which is option 2, and that will change it from manual to automatic. And then you just press and release the control center button again, and then it'll get out of the menu. And that's all you need to know to program it. Alright guys, so I just finished cleaning everything up. It took me 2 days to do. I've never put an alarm in before, I've never done a remote start or anything like that. The information online was very misleading, and a lot of it is just telling you to have a professional install it. I really don't like taking my stuff to other people. I like doing it myself, save some money that way. And it helps me learn, and I can apply that to other things later on. So I try to do what I can. There's certain things that, you just have to outsource, but I try to do everything that I can myself. Before we end the video, I do want to start it up just one more time. That's so sick. And then what's cool too, you can just turn it off. I'm in love with this thing. I'm so glad that I was able to figure it out. And it's crazy that I found the actuators off of 240 in a junkyard. But anyways guys, I really hope that this helped you out if you wanted to go ahead and install one on your own car. Basically did like a super basic bare bones version of it. There's a lot of options with this thing. I guess now it's because newer cars have so many features. My car's from 93, so it really doesn't have much. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you did. Comment down below and then hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.